Good day everyone, I am Maris P. Rosales, and in this brief video, I'll go over some key points of microteaching and lesson study. Firstly to be discussed is the lesson study. The lesson study is a decades-old Japanese teacher development method. The lesson study acknowledges the importance and difficulty of teaching, of simply placing guidelines, methodologies, and best practices into classroom practice. It's considered being a type of classroom research in which teachers develop and modify ideas about best practice through careful collaborative assessment of actual instruction. Posing questions and practice problems, studying possible solutions, trying out ideas, collecting data, and analyzing findings are all part of lesson study. To be successful, the lesson study team must generate and share professional knowledge. And as part of lesson study process, we will take the following steps. Define the problem, plan the lessons, teach the lessons, evaluate the lesson, revise the lesson, and lastly is to document the lessons. To develop lesson study, we should apply some important reminders in order for us to do so. So the first one, think carefully about the goal of a particular lesson, unit, and subject area. Number 2, study and improve the best available lessons. Number 3, deepen our subject matter knowledge. Number 4, think deeply about our long-term goals for students. Number 5, collaboratively plan lessons. Number 6, carefully study student learning and behavior. Number 7, develop powerful instructional knowledge. Lastly is the number 8, sees one's own teaching through the eyes of colleagues and students. Collaboration preserves teacher professional development, reflection, active learning, including constructive discussion, planning, practice, observation, and feedback are the most significant advantages of implementing the lesson study. On the other hand, the difficulty of cooperation, time pressure, tensions, failure to predict student responses, lack of focus on student learning, inadequate understanding of proper use of technology, and experience stress and anxiety resulting from observation of teaching, reflection, and fatigue due to their attempt to respond to the requirements of the lesson study by pre-service teachers are the most significant difficulties in the implementation of the lesson study by teacher educators. And now let's move on to microteaching. Microteaching concentrates teaching behaviors and allows students to practice teaching in a safe environment. It's a brand new cutting-edge program for teachers that improves their attitude and behavior in the classroom. In order to provide teachers with an effective teaching method, many pre-primary education institutions have adopted microteaching practices. Videotaping sessions for review by the student teacher has become a popular method of microteaching. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the teaching method was revised and simplified for use in countries with limited access to technology. One teaching skill at a time is the focus of micro-teaching sessions. Students can master each technique by planning and teaching the same lesson multiple times, making improvements based on peer and instructor feedback. Micro-teaching allows student teachers to practice working with students of various skill levels and backgrounds, as well as provide valuable opportunities for individual and peer evaluation. Micro-teaching is one of the most effective training techniques, but it does have some disadvantages. Because microteaching necessitates the presence of an instructor and a group of peers. Not all student teachers or current teachers will be able to complete sessions on a consistent basis. Microteaching sessions are repeated several times in order for the student teachers to improve their abilities. However, in larger education programs, all student teachers may not be able to complete multiple sessions due to time constraints.